Ladies and gentlemen, this is a really amazing story, and it's pretty awesome for a number of reasons. Matt Gaetz has been secretly added to Jim Jordan's House Judiciary Weaponization panel. And this is a panel that's going to investigating the government being used against Trump and everyone around Trump. The United States government, loyalists, I should say, within the U.S. government. You could look at their text messages. You can look at the Inspector General Michael Horowitz back in the day, years back, stating, oh, well, there's examples of bias. Yes, that's true. These Federal Bureau of Investigation agents despised Trump. They spoke about it within their text messages. Well, there's examples of bias here and there. And so he listed countless examples, and then he said, well, there's no documentary or testimonial bias. And so you're never going to get a documentary or no one's going to sign an oath stating that they despise Trump. But you can look at the short on this channel, one of the shorts where Michael Horowitz, the Inspector General, talks about a number of examples of top agents investigating Trump holding the most bias and, just utter contempt for the man, the same person they're investigating. And it's not just that. I mean, the United States government, under Biden's administration, has gone after parents. It's suppressed working with Twitter. I mean, it's unbelievable. They have their hand caught in the cookie jar. They're caught with their pants down, and they're still running articles. Oh, it was a major embarrassment. Twitter officials or Republicans failed to prove any bias. The Twitter files not only prove bias, they prove also that government officials, Democratic officials, this is a fact. It's interesting that they're so good at actually just forming the most meaningless rebuttals through public relations, but it's a fact that Democrats, the United States government, and Twitter suppressed and silenced the New York Post because the New York Post broke a story that pointed to felonies committed by Joe and Hunter Biden. Okay, so these are facts. This is the truth. The truth is that you have, 20 years ago, in the Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld administration, the corruption was within the Republican Party. Okay? Now, the majority of the corruption is within the Democratic Party. They're going after George Santos. Okay, he lied. Yeah, that's bad, very bad. Guess who he learned it from? Biden has been lying for decades. Biden lied about being part of the civil rights movement, getting arrested, being a professor. He's accused of plagiarizing a speech. A whole bunch of things. The man has stated endless, blatant lies, or I should say a good number of blatant lies. Media doesn't care at all. But anyway, Matt Gaetz quietly replaces Chip Roy on weaponization panel. The Hill. Washington Examiner. Matt Gaetz quietly tapped to replace Chip Roy on weaponization committee. NBC News. Same thing. We'll read the Washington Examiner article. Actually, that's behind a paywall. Okay, we'll read The Hill. And to read my writing in The Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, the Jerusalem Post, the Federalist, and other publications, go to hagoodman.com. Become part of a newsletter there. Also, ladies and gentlemen, to my Patreons, thank you so very much. Your support is greatly appreciated. The Patreon link is within the description section. Also will be below in the pinned comment. To my super thanks, thank you. And become a member of this channel, ladies and gentlemen. I should have a live stream later this evening. Please be here for the live stream. We have so much fun during live streams on this channel. I have such an amazing audience. I'm very blessed, and I thank God every day that I have such an awesome audience. We're over 203,000 subs, and it's because of you, ladies and gentlemen. You watching right now, it's because of you. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and tell your friends about this channel. Hit subscribe right now. Representative Matt Gaetz quietly replaced Representative Chip Roy on the new House Judiciary Subcommittee on the Weaponization of the federal government. The change was noted in the congressional record last week, but it was not widely noticed for days. There's a reason for this, because Matt Gaetz is a bulldog. He is a Doberman, a bulldog, a Rottweiler, a German Shepherd. I mean, you could think of the best dogs to guard your family in the house, your house or loved ones. Trump is a pit bull. He is a Rottweiler. He's somebody that's, you vote for Trump. If people don't like his personality, it's completely irrelevant. You vote for President Trump because we had record low poverty in 2019, but we also not only had an amazing economy under Trump up until the last year of his presidency when Democrats tanked the economy, shut down businesses, shut down economic activity gleefully because the bureaucrats and the highly educated, morally superior among us wanted to tank the economy. If the same bureaucrats who shall remain nameless, but you know who they are, stated, oh, we should tank the economy again, shut down everything, Democrats would be all for it. They were going after restaurant owners and bar. So that's a whole other story. They try to rewrite history on everything. But you want Trump because you want issues to be resolved. Like what's taking place right now, atrocities in the southern geographic region of our country. Okay, we're 90 seconds to midnight, ladies and gentlemen. And Democrats have redefined national security as Trump supporters, anyone who supports Donald Trump. That's what this panel is about within the House Judiciary. We are 90 seconds to midnight. And that's not the fault of Matt Gaetz or Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Boebert or Donald Trump or anyone around Trump. We're 90 seconds to midnight because the adults in the room, and I say this with love, God bless you, Democrats, Republicans, doesn't matter who you are, I'm voting for Trump, and I will continue to vote for Trump because he is infinitely better than what we have in the White House. Biden is a catastrophe, and Trump's policies worked. Categorically worked. We had a better economy and a better foreign policy. We are 90 seconds to midnight talking about nuclear confrontation and potential annihilation because of Biden's policies and because of the adults in the room. And all they've done for the past year is said, oh, he tried to overthrow the government. No, he didn't. Why wasn't he indicted? Now, he might be indicted eventually just because they want to even the score, because Biden's presidency is collapsing before our very eyes. But why hasn't he been indicted for 2 years ago? And I condemned that day in January. I also condemn $1 to $2 billion in property damage all that summer. And I support the cause of why people demonstrated. I support law enforcement, but I also support the cause of why people demonstrated peacefully that summer in Trump's last year in office. But there was $1 to $2 billion in property damage, according to Wikipedia, 14,000 arrests, and over 19 lives lost, according to Wikipedia. Not one word from Liz Cheney. Not one word from Adam Kinzinger. Not one word from Democrats. But a terrible day takes place, and supporters of Trump lost their lives, by the way, an unarmed woman, and not one word other than from Democrats, other than, oh my God, he tried to devour democracy, Trump. Hasn't been indicted on that. I wonder why. And we're going to find out why the U.S. government has been leveled against Trump. And Matt Gaetz has been secretly added, taking Chip Roy's place. Why? Because I think that they wanted to add Matt Gaetz quietly because they know that he is a fighter. You might not like what these people say, or that, this isn't a popularity contest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm speaking to the choir here if you're watching this channel. But a lot of Americans, a lot of people care about sensibilities. There's a lot of people out there, ladies and gentlemen, who just don't want to make waves. They will accept things they know are wrong because they don't want to be seen as somebody like you or me. They don't they don't they don't want to be seen as somebody who just doesn't go along and get along and be part of the crowd. I learned at a young age that, it's okay to listen to the music you like. It's okay to wear your hair or do your own thing. It's okay to be an individual. Not only is it okay, but it's a fantastic thing. You should want to be unique and individual. Don't, the groupthink, this is, American politics has turned into like a 1980s high school drama, or one of the John Hughes movies. I love John Hughes, but like one of the, 80s movies where there's the cool kid, there's a cool crowd, and there's a kid that's a unique individual, but you know what, like the other kids in class don't like him, and it's like, well, vote for Trump. He's a good president. And there's a direct line between Bernie Sanders 2016 and Donald Trump. He was a great president, like objectively a great president. Now, in terms of the media meltdown, were there things that he did that, do I think that he should have handled the, certain things? Trump should never have gone after NFL athletes. He should never have gone after LeBron James. These are things that took away from the record low unemployment among black and Latino citizens under Trump's administration. Trump allocated more funding to historically black colleges and universities than any president ever, made the funding permanent. But his persona, took away from all his accomplishments. But image comes second to performance in my book, and Trump performed. The economy was great. Foreign policy was fantastic, a lot better than it is now. It is a catastrophe now. Like I said, we're 90 seconds to midnight. Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, all of these people, you might not like the things they say, and you know what? You don't have to agree with the things. I don't agree with some of the things they say, or a lot of the things certain people say. But the Democratic Party has, and I say this with love, doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, I love you, God bless you. Democrats are running this country into the ground. That's not hyperbole. You can look at, we're going into another recession, and we're 90 seconds to midnight, and we, according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, we're closer than we've ever been to the annihilation of the planet. So, and Biden's president going into his third year. Anyway, that should tell you why it's important that Matt Gaetz is on this panel. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Be here every day, 8 a.m. and 11 a.m.